Hi everyone, welcome to night 3 of our Cozy Socks online little class here. Hope you're having fun with it so far. Here's what my sock looks like so far. I've got my ribbing done. I've got the stocking stitch, inch of stocking stitch done after the rib, and I've got my 2 1/4 inches for my heel flap done. So tonight, what we're going to do is do what most people think is the worst or scariest thing, I should say, about socks, and that is turning the heel. And so what's going to happen is we're going to be working back and forth, still just on these stitches for a little while longer. And tonight we are just going to do the turning the heel. Then you can go and do your homework, and we'll be back tomorrow night with picking up stitches along the side of the heel. But tonight we're just going to turn the heel, just so that we don't want to overwhelm you, and we want you to give you the chance to feel like you're catching it all. So after having ended with a row of slip one, knit one, slip one, knit one, you should have your right side facing you here, and your yarn should be at the end of your needle here. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn our work around to the wrong side, and we are going to start by purling 14 stitches on this first row. Okay, and what we're going to be doing is something called short rows, where we're not actually going to be working all of the stitches in the row at once. We're sort of only going part way across the row, which there again sometimes overwhelms people, but with socks you sort of have to just take the pattern as it's written, and don't question it, just take it literally, and it usually works out well. So we're going to purl 14. See where we're at here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Perfect. So we're going to purl 14. We're going to purl the next 2 stitches together. We're going to purl 1 more stitch, and then it says turn. Even though we still have stitches unworked, we're going to turn around, even though we're only part way across, technically across our stitches. We're going to turn around and we're going to work back in the other direction. So our next row is slip a stitch. I slip it knit ways. There again, rightly or wrongly, but that's what I do. I slip it like I was going to knit it. Slip 1, and then knit 7. 1, so there's 7. So knit 7, slip a stitch, knit the next stitch, and then you'll see a term on the pattern called PSSO, which is where you take your slipped stitch, which is one back from your last stitch here on the needle. You're going to pass your slip stitch over the one that you just knit. You're just literally lifting it over, okay? And you're going to knit 1 more stitch. And again, even though we haven't worked all our stitches, it's asking us to turn, okay? And we're going to head back in the other direction. So slip a stitch. This is row 3. Slip a stitch. I slip on a purl row. I slip the stitch purlwise. Slip a stitch, purl 8. 1, 2, 3. So I've purled 8, and we're going to purl 2 together and purl 1 more stitch. And again, not quite having completed the full row, we're going to turn again. So this is row 4 of our pattern. Slip a stitch, knit 9, there's 9, and we are going to slip a stitch again, knit a stitch again, and PSSO, so pass our slipped stitch over our knit, okay, and knit 1 more stitch on that row, and again turn. So this is row 5, slip 1, purl 10, 1, okay, so I've purled 10, I'm purling 2 together, and then I'm going to purl 1 more. I've only got 1 stitch left here now, and I'm going to turn. So this is row 6, so slip a stitch, and then knit 11, so there's my 11, and I'm going to slip a stitch, knit a stitch, and pass my slip stitch over my knit, and knit 1 more, and I've got 1 left here, that's okay, and turn, slip a stitch, purl 12, 1, there's purl 12, purl 2 together, there we are, that's using up all of our stitches now, and we turn, and the last row of the heel turn, slip 1 stitch, and then knit 12. Slip 1, knit 1, and pass a slip stitch over, and that's it. We've used up all of our heel stitches now. We've given ourselves a nice heel shaping. That's what the knit 2 together, or sorry, the purl 2 togethers and the knit slip pass over on this side has given us. It's given us that nice heel shaping, and we should have 14 stitches. So let's see here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Perfect. Okay, so that, people, is your first ever heel turn, giving you that nice shaping so that when you're wearing it, you've got a nice actual heel curve right there. So you go and do your homework and take it nice and slow. I always say when you're turning a heel, turn your phone off, turn the TV off, and keep track of your rows. Finish row 1, cross it off. Finish row 2, cross it off, because it stinks to be interrupted in the middle of a heel turn and come back to it and go, okay, what row was I on? It's better to sit down and do it in one fell swoop. So you go and do your homework, and we will see you again here tomorrow night, same time. Thank you. Have a great day.